Hey, ladies and gentlemen, who says that nothing good ever comes out of New York? Well, a lot of people probably do, and they're mostly right, but not always. Let's take a little walk down imagination lane, if you can dig that vibe, and plant our collective butts firmly in a booth at an Applebee's in Syracuse. Now, I know what you're thinking. Do we have to go to Applebee's? The answer is yes. The food's not all bad. Plus, this is where we're going to see an interesting little tale unfold. Enter into the business a 28-year-old man named Esteban Padron. Now, unbeknownst to you, but knownst to the teller of this tale, that would be me, Senor Padron, was not welcome at this particular establishment, having been previously asked to depart for disorderly behavior. Yet it seems that in the dramatic stroll of this old life, Padron felt obliged at every repetition of his own storied circular path to re-enter establishments that did not want him. To wit, some folks just never learned to let sleeping Applebees lie. The new variation on this trip into and forthwith out of Applebee's, however, was that this time Padron grabbed a steak knife on the way out and cut the cheek of one of the workers. This, as it turned out, was a mistake, because one of the other patrons of the restaurant, his hands no doubt tired from trying desperately with his own knife to saw through the steak on the plate before him, nevertheless jumped up and produced a gun, which, if you think about it, might have been the best tool to use on the steak as well. Sorry, Applebee's. If you want to sponsor me, I'll take all that back. We will take down this video. Anyway, this unnamed fan of the Second Amendment brandished his gun in the direction of Padron and ordered him to put the knife down, then proceeded to hold him at gunpoint until the police arrived, and praise Jesus, the man in question was licensed to carry the gun. Otherwise, this might be a very different story. Now, this story has two happy endings. One is that nobody died. The other was that justice was served. Padron was arrested, brought up on charges, and will no doubt be wending his way up the river for a little while to cool his heels. But let's not stop there. This happened, as I believe I mentioned, in the great state of New York, which recently amended its gun control laws with the Concealed Carry Improvement Act of 2022. This made public places illegal for carrying, which clearly was the wrong move on the part of Governor Kathy Hochul. Now, I look at the state of New York often the same way as I look at the state of California. It's easy to write them off as lost cause states and to assume that whatever brand of lawlessness manifests within its borders is kind of its own problem, and that eventually the people having to live there will wake up to the fact that they live in a shithole state in the middle of the greatest country in the world. However, it's situations like this that most often give me hope for places like New York, because people are waking up to what's going on. We can celebrate the furtherance of the cause of justice and at the same time keep in mind that it's little sparks like this one which is going to eventually fan into flames of freedom once again in places, or at least that's what we hope, right? Anyway, we love you. God bless you. Even you, New York.